Oh, cool. All you said is so you see me all right and recorded. Hi, guys. Welcome to our Marvel channel. We're going to talk Doctor Strange. Forgot what else besides Doctor Strange. Miss Marvel's coming out in June.
Well, I wanted
There's
to
something
talk
else I want
about
to talk
other
about.
things,
She-Hulk?
but
Yeah, you can do that, though, when I'm not here. But, first of all, questions from Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Wally, my daughter, wanted to do with my wife's like, I never know what to talk about. Talk about whatever. But as long as it's about the movie.
the third eye thing was sort of freaky, man.
But if Wanda, because I think she's dead. Why do I think that? We didn't see her die on screen. We just saw this red poof of, I guess,
Just
magic.
dust?
That could be her protecting herself, making a bubble or whatever. But if she's dead, oh, Agatha, does that break Agatha out of her?
That is a
Hex?
good question. Because
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 I
with
know what you
actual
said.
witches, once the witch dies, their hexes break. That's just what happens in real life, but this isn't real life.
Well, I would think would break because she's no longer alive. If she's no longer alive, But is that what they're gonna do? Agatha, House of Harkness, or do you think they're gonna go like origin story and how they end it? If they decide to make a second season, how they end it could be Agatha break.
But we know her
coming out of the
origin
hex.
story, basically.
Not really. We know how she got her power, how she got so powerful. We never saw how she got a hold of the Darkhold, or how she knew.
I think we're gonna
Wanda
see
was a
her
witch.
origin story, but I also think we're gonna see her hex being broken. I think it's gonna, like, if it is several seasons, because Disney Plus needs to stop doing that. They need to stop coming up with these good shows and
Well,
just ending them with a season.
How
Not
you
that
gonna
that's
how
wrong,
you
it's
gonna
not-
do a second season of WandaVision? Yeah,
You
that'd be
don't
kind of
do
hard.
a second season of that, but Moon Knight, which was doing really good, you could do a second season of Moon Knight.
Oh man, we might see him in a movie with the Black Knight and I'm trying to figure out who else he fought with and Blade.
Loki.
Loki's getting a season 2. What If is getting, of course, multiple seasons. Speaking
Just
of Doctor
don't
Strange,
do the one season.
the Illuminati, I thought
I
was
got so mad with
Reed Richards is supposed to be the
he
smartest
is.
man in the MCU.
And he was
Why?
defeated that
No.
quick, man.
That's because of Captain Marvel. That group was arrogant.
Yeah.
Oh, we could take care of your little witch, and he was trying to tell him it's not a witch, it's the Scarlet Witch. Evidently, they didn't know
They
what
wouldn't
the
listen
Scarlet
to reason.
Witch was. I think with the Doctor Strange of Earth 838, I think is what it was. I think if he was alive,
he would have.
he would have understood what the other Strange was talking about, because that Strange, remember, had the Darkhold,
Had
used
been
it,
dream walking.
and he created a incursion, which I think is that other Strange he saw with the third eye.
I think they're gonna have an incursion. I
That
didn't
one?
see the end. I didn't see
See
the
the
end
end credits?
credits. I
Um,
had to use the restroom and I walked out and it was like the most stupid thing I could have done.
The girl at the end, Clea, you didn't see her evidently. And that Doctor Strange, that Sinister Strange, the one with the long goatee and everything, he needed to stop looking if he ended up with Christine. Because of the comic books, he does end up happy. He actually enters Charlize Theron. Her character is Clea. She's in the comic books. Doctor Strange marries her. And she is the cousin of Dormammu. Yes, Dormammu,
Oh
I've
my
come to
God.
bargain.
Could you imagine how pissed he is? Could you
I don't
imagine
know.
how pissed off he would be? Also,
I like Charlize Theron as Clea. I never even thought of
It's
that. That's a good
good.
casting.
that's
I wasn't
odd.
expecting
That's
that.
a good one.
Yeah.
I like the person that they cast for the girl that he was trying to save.
Sochi Gomez. I can't pronounce.
I like the,
She has a weird name. It starts with an X, but I think it's
I
pronounced
love her
Sochi
power.
Gomez. I know it's Gomez.
I
America
love her
Chavez.
power.
Yeah, my wife asked me about that. But he shouldn't have left a footprint at all at Earth 3838 because he wasn't dreamwalking there.
he wasn't,
He was brought there by America.
and she doesn't leave a footprint at all
No,
because
and
there
it's
is
only
no
if
alternates of her.
according to Reed Richards, from what I understood of the movie, you leave a footprint if you're
If you're
dreamwalking, but he
dreamwalking.
didn't dreamwalk in there.
And I think
Reed Richards.
I
Guys,
think you also
Uh-huh.
leave a footprint if you have a doppelganger.
just
That's
to
just a theory.
50-something minutes, okay. Just to comment on Reed Richards real quick. I mean, he, like I say, smartest man in the MCU. So why would he tell Wanda, who he knows is
About his
dreamwalking?
powers.
He's like, this is Black Bolt. He could destroy you from a whisper from his mouth.
That was
Why? That was stupid. You don't tell the other person their
You
powers,
don't
because all
tell
of
the
a sudden
bad
Wanda
guy
goes,
the good guy's powers.
and Wanda goes, what mouth? And don't think that he wouldn't try to scream, because guys, I'm pretty sure if you've watched The
Everyone
Matrix,
would scream.
if you've watched The Matrix, and that's what that reminded me of, when the mouth wasn't there and he tried to scream. Hey, kind of like my pops, you don't have mouths.
Hey, they look good
don't.
without the mouths, though.
But anyways, it reminds me of Neo in The Matrix. And he goes, what, when I think it is Agent Smith goes, what good is a phone call do you if you can't speak? And his mouth was there, and he was trying to. So yes, I would.
You would scream
I
too.
think that would be the natural reaction for a
All
lot
of
of
a
people.
sudden,
Oh,
someone
he
goes,
killed himself because he should know. I went. He was freaking out. You don't tell me you wouldn't freak out. Be trying
all
to
of a
speak.
sudden, you don't have a mouth. Someone walks up to you. What mouth? Your mouth's gone. You would freak out too.
And I could tell there's a lot of people, especially in my work, that have not ever watched a Marvel movie or What If show, like I told you guys to do, because they said that female Captain America. First of all, no, it's Captain Carter. Let's get that straight. If you don't know who she is, then you have not seen Captain America, the first Avenger. Then you know that's Peggy Carter. If you watch the first episode,
to watch anything with Captain Carter in it, you should
watch the first Captain America and the first. If you don't even know who Peggy Carter is, understand, and then watch the first.
Agent
Carter. Watch the first What If episode.
Yeah.
That explains it too, because these people at work didn't understand Captain Carter. They didn't understand a lot of things. Let's not talk about Reed Richards, though. Man, she turned him to silly string. And the fans got what they wanted. They got John Krasinski to play Mr. Fantastic. And we know there's a Fantastic Four movie being
but how
made.
would that end? Because
Peyton
he's
Reed.
basically silly string now.
No, because that was Earth 838.
Oh, so we're going to get a different universes.
So we're probably going to get that. One thing I don't agree with about the movie is they called this movie Earth 616. I'm sorry, Earth 616 has mutants to me as the comics.
So
They should have just stuck with what Kevin Feige said and called it Earth 1999, 99, 99. He said it as a joke, but I thought they were going to run with that. That means Mysterio got extremely lucky when he called it Earth 616. I don't like that they called it Earth 616.
I want to do the A-B thing where it's 616A is the comics and B is the MCU.
They could do that. It's just...
It would be weird. It's weird.
Yeah, I really don't... I don't know.
I prefer the comics more than the MCU. That's an opinion.
Oh, no.
I find the comics a lot more enjoyable than watching the movies, especially Hulk. Hulk will put me to... I can't.
Oh.
Hulk puts me to sleep. They could have done so much better with that movie.
Speaking of Hulk, Abomination's coming back for She-Hulk, right? If you have not seen the trailer to She-Hulk, the second one, guys, go watch it. I like when Hulk...
She's gonna be awesome.
Bruce, how come I feel like if I don't change, this is gonna kill me? It doesn't kill her, she transforms.
No.
Stays over there. Yes. No. You see her running because she's breaking down the door to go kick his ass.
She's gonna go kick his ass. I think she's stronger than him.
No. And second of all, I know people are whining, oh, you didn't make it all sexual. Have you not watched any of the Netflix shows? Especially Jessica Jones? I mean, Marvel will have no problem doing that because, they're talking about us like, and that's real life too. Don't tell me that you don't do stuff in your privacy in your home.
That's what makes Marvel different than DC. Even Stan pointed that out. He had Spider-Man be Spider-Man with a cold.
Speaking of DC, they think dark movies is putting a dark lens in front of their cameras. Doctor Strange was WandaVision was kind of dark.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange was definitely in the Multiverse of Madness.
Even the normal Doctor Strange is dark. Yeah, it is. Everyone was supposed to die if he hadn't done the thing and breaking the thing.
Well, yeah, Wong was supposed to die, and
everyone was gonna die.
Dormammu was supposed to take over Earth, but I don't think Doctor Strange is supposed to die.
Dormammu gave me the bit of nightmares. I'm not gonna lie, he's freaky.
And I shouldn't matter if you were dusted for 5 years. He still should have been the
He should
Sorcerer
have been the
Supreme.
Sorcerer Supreme.
But somebody said, well, I'm glad he wasn't the Sorcerer Supreme because he being on himself, he got go on his own adventures. He could still have Doctor Strange go on his own adventures and still be the Sorcerer Supreme.
Didn't they do that in the comics?
He doesn't
Isn't
always
he the Sorcerer
protect.
Supreme in the comics?
Yes, but he doesn't always protect the New York Sanctum.
There
He
are
still
other
does other things.
sanctums.
Yeah, for a part of there for a while, he was part of the Avengers. Oh, the Illuminati. There was a missing seat. Peyton saw that, and I think that belongs to an MCU character we haven't seen yet. I think that belongs to Namor, the Submariner, guys. I think that's who that seat belongs to, because if it belonged to an MCU character that we would have probably would have seen that character. If it's Iron Man, which they wouldn't do it because they already got somebody from the Avengers, which was Captain Carter.
Isn't
But
Robert
not
Downey
from-
Jr. just said he was done with that character?
Yeah, but there was a rumor that they were going to cast
someone else to do it, and it wouldn't have been the same. Just like the freaking shit with Disney.
Tom Cruise.
Just like the shit with Disney and freaking Jack Sparrow. We want to talk about shit that pisses me off.
But yeah, Tom Cruise. No, when you watched it, because everyone's like, "Oh, that's Iron Man, that's Iron Man." Wait, that more looks like Captain Carter or Captain Marvel, not Carter. Thinking of Captain Carter. It looked like it was Captain Marvel. But I'm like, but maybe
Different
it's
Captain
Monica
Marvel.
Rambeau. No, it was Maria Rambeau. What happened if she would have went up that flight with Marvel instead of Carol Danvers? So,
Which is cool.
yep. And it was the
They
same
were-
actor. They had the same actor play
Oh!
play her as Captain Marvel. They had the same person that played Black Bolt in the TV series.
You
That's the
realize
same
that
actor.
the two Captain America based characters from What If died the same way?
Oh, because we had the What If zombies when Bucky threw the shield back at
And
him and
it
he
sliced
sliced him
Cap
in half.
and then Captain
They
Carter
said, well,
got
this is the end of the
sliced in
line,
half.
pal. Yeah, well, definitely spoilers. Come on, guys.
Oh,
It's been-
sorry, spoilers!
It's been a couple of weeks since we've seen the movie.
But
I've
like
seen
no
it like
joke,
two
they were
times. I want to
both
see it
they
again.
both died the same way.
Like
I
cut
think
in
that
half.
that was a
Like I
nice
said.
little Easter egg there that not many
I
people
think
caught.
Patrick Stewart was brought in for fan service, guys. He is
Yeah.
81 years old. He's not going to be able to do Professor X when they bring the X-Men in, like they're bringing the Fantastic Four in. Speaking of Fantastic Four,
Let him.
they think Emily
relax.
Blunt is going to play Sue Storm. I don't believe that. She said she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to do multiple movies playing the same
I
character or
don't
commit to
blame her.
that. And I also heard, this could be a rumor, she also heard she doesn't want to do movies that her husband's in. Now, if she decides to do Sue Storm, that's great, that's awesome, but I don't think she's going to play Sue Storm. They could get John Krasinski, who's actually acted and played in his own movies, to directed and played in his own movies. They can direct Fantastic Four. So I'm curious to see if they're going to recast it. I think they should recast
Sorry
it.
if it looks like my face is cut in half. The light only reaches.
Like
so
I
far.
said, my other video, I need a better light. My one light burnt out and the kitchen light does nothing, and we decided to record this at night. You know, real smart, right?
Not our fault. Timing is just timing.
That Illuminati was just, yeah, I knew they were going to die. Right when she said, oh, we can handle your little witch, I was like, well, they're dead. They're dead. We should have just realized right there they're dead. Hey, the only one that survived was Mordo because he
I knew
was
that
down
they
the
were
pit.
gonna die. They acted like they were above everyone else. Usually, that's what happens with superheroes. Oh, what person that's a bad guy? Her. I'm
Oh.
more strong than the bad guy. Oop, now I'm dead.
I guess if you go back and watch Doctor Strange again, count how many multiverses they actually went through before they got to Earth 838. Someone broke it down. I think it was like 28 universes.
I didn't count. I don't wanna.
Someone else did that.
math
So
in a
yeah,
movie.
28 universes.
I'm
Though.
not gonna do math in a movie.
I like what Doctor Strange said. He's like, "Did we go through a paint universe?" She goes, "Yeah. I don't like that one. You can't eat in that universe." They also went to a cartoon universe, but it wasn't. I don't think it was What If, because that is a different way. The way they did that was
It
different
would
than the
be
one
cool
showing.
if
If
they
you've seen
did
the
a
What If, you
show
know what I'm talking
called
about.
Multiverse, and it covered a couple of them. Maybe just the ones that we saw in Doctor Strange. Because I think it would be cool to actually explore those universes.
Secret Wars. Secret Wars. That might be coming up, guys, with what we saw, especially in Fantastic Four. and Doom is going to be the main one, and it causes incursion. And he takes different parts from different Earths
Doom?
and puts them together.
As in like Doctor Doom?
Yes,
Ooh.
he becomes Emperor Doom. So he puts these different Earths together and calls it Battle World, and you get multiverse characters fighting against each other.
Okay, now that's gonna be interesting. If that actually happens, that would be cool. But Doom is one of those characters. I love him, but I hate him. He's a kick-ass bad guy.
And I like what Doctor Strange said to Wong. He said, oh, God, what's her name? Her not Scarlet Witch. Oh, I can't think of it right now. Her actual name. No, I forget it. Not the actor's name. Her character name. Wanda. Tells her Wanda is gone. The Darkhold has a hold of her, and she has a hold of the Darkhold. She's now the Scarlet Witch.
And he tried to reason with her.
Yeah, like he said.
He tried!
Oh, the third eye thing was just weird. Is that because... Do you think that's because of the Darkhold?
I think that Doctor Strange,
I think the
might have
Darkhold
always had that ability. Deep down, the Darkhold
Well, if you
just
think about it,
amplified it.
because when the Ancient One touches him and says you need to open up your eye, she touches the middle of his forehead. Right where that third eye would be.
Yes, I think he always has had that.
You just think the
power.
Darkhold amplified it?
I just think that he had to have the
Here's the
Darkhold
thing.
to, like, awaken it somehow.
If you remember the first Doctor Strange, he says he has a photographic memory.
Photographic memories are
But he still knows
associated
everything
with
he read in that Darkhold, though.
But I don't think it's going to turn him evil.
Well, no, it's not
That's
going
the
to turn him
thing.
Well,
He
'cause it's not
might
gonna control it.
remember it.
But I don't
And
think he'll
he-
use the powers.
That's where I disagree with you. I can see him using some of the powers. I can't see him doing the walking, but I can see him using some of the powers. Just like he
Supreme.
just like how he used the Eye of Agamotto, even though he wasn't supposed to.
That was a time stone,
That-
yeah.
It was the time stone, but he was exclusively told not to do it, and
He still used
did
it in the
because
movie,
he
because
was-
if you looked at it, it still had some, like, magic in there. I don't know what it does
The
now.
Eye of Agamotto is actually
It was supposed to be a real Eye of Agamotto because he's
But in all
missing the eye in the
seriousness,
comic
I think okay. I like to do little nitpicks and see the personalities of the Marvel characters. Doctor Strange is a stubborn man. He doesn't care what other people think because he's smart and that he's gonna do what Doctor Strange wants to do.
Except
So
for
I
Christine
think
was
that-
wrong about him, and I wish he could have told that to his Christine, but he wanted her to be happy. He had to get it off his chest, and that's why he told his Christine of the Earth 838. He's like, just know that every version of us loved you, and we wouldn't have to hold the knife if we were with you, because that's what she said. So
But
she
like
was
in
wrong.
all
She goes,
seriousness,
but Steven, you
I
have to
can-
hold the knife, but not with her. He didn't. He told her he didn't have
I
to hold
can
the knife.
see him. I can see him using some of the powers to protect the people around him.
Maybe.
I can see him in like dire consequences where he's like in a really
Well, that
tight situation.
An
In a
incursion.
really tight situation. I can see him like very rarely will he tap into that magic. But I can see him sort of like learning more about it, and he only uses it in certain spaces so as not to hurt anyone or himself and stuff like that. I can see him learning about it, but I can't see him actually using it as sort of like how he uses his actual magic. He uses his actual magic just to do certain things and do things around wherever he is at.
And he was probably the best Doctor Strange of all the ones. Here's why I said, or think. Isn't it absolute point, like we learned in, what was it? What If? That every Doctor Strange dies except for our Doctor Strange in Earth 616? Because Supreme Strange died because Black Bolt killed him. He killed the Sinister Strange. Why did Sinister Strange tell that Doctor Strange, you ever have that dream where you're falling off the cliff? Because, yeah, that's me. Which leads another question. Did they all not have the cape then? Just our Doctor Strange?
Ah!
Because the Doctor Strange, if you did look, that's where the blue patch comes from. It's a different cape. Because that one was blue in 838. Because I forget
in
who
all-
the Illuminati
also-
was holding it when Black Bolt killed
In all
him.
seriousness, though, I think that the cape is sort of weird because I think the cape in and of itself has a personality.
Yeah, it does.
We know it does. But I think that it's sort of like Thor's hammer, in my opinion. It chooses.
Yeah, it chose Doctor Strange.
And
Remember,
Thor's
because even
hammer,
the
it
ancient one says
chooses.
it's a fickle thing, and it forget, but in other words, it basically chose it, is what she said.
But I can see the Cape knowing who to choose and who not to choose. I can see it sort of being, you're not ready.
Why doesn't they know?
Because we know that it's.
But
not-
evidently,
we
I
that the
want to
Cape is
know.
that way. I think that there are Doctor Stranges where the Cape just didn't choose it.
The other people are wondering where White Vision was. Okay, even though Vision released White Vision's memories, he can't release his feelings. So that's why he wasn't there. The other people said, why wasn't he there, like with Wanda with her 2 kids? If you look, she did not have a wedding ring, but Thanos, you do see him dead on Titan. He did not have the Time Stone or the Mind Stone yet. So Vision is still out there, I think.
In what universe?
838.
Isn't that the one with?
Would mean Vision.
Isn't that the one with the Illuminati?
left?
In my opinion, why doesn't Thanos just learn the Darkhold?
He
He's
can't.
not a witch. He's not a witch.
He's a Titan.
He's not a witch
he-
or a
is he
as Sam not Sam.
A wizard.
Yeah, Sam Wilson, a wizard. I'm like, he goes, there's no such thing as a wizard.
wizards.
He goes, Doctor Strange. He's like,
Bucky
Doctor
is my
Strange
favorite
is a
character.
sorcerer. He goes, a sword. And then Sam says, wizard is a
wizard
sorcerer
is a sorcerer
without a
without a
hat.
or a sorcerer is a wizard.
Wizard
you
without-
you said it backwards.
Whatever. No, a sorcerer is a wizard without a hat. That's what he said.
Oh,
You
you
guys
just
can tell me if I'm
believe me
wrong. But no, Thanos isn't a witch. He's not a wizard. And he's definitely not a sorcerer.
Is he Titan?
Yes, he's a Titan. And
And he has like a
and his
rare
brother
mutation.
showed up at the end of Eternals.
It doesn't Thanos have like a
Wait,
rare mutation?
He's like, he's
supposed.
supposed to be like half deviant. So in that case, you know, the Eternals could have interfered when Thanos came,
They could have.
but they didn't. Maybe they
That-
don't know that he's half deviant. I don't know, because his brother's not half deviant.
His brother isn't.
Oh, man.
Ooh, which begs to question.
What?
Which parent? What
Same
was-
parents,
Oh.
I believe. Guys, you can correct me if I'm wrong on there. No, because I think it's his half. This is his brother is half. I don't know now. Guys, let me
We
know in
gotta
the
go in the
comments.
comments.
Because
We gotta see the
and YouTube
comments
and
now.
Facebook, because I'll download this on Facebook too. Let me know. Is I think his name is Star Fox, if I remember correctly. Is he like a half brother? Or is he full brother to Thanos? I forgot. Not the game. I said, who's Star Fox? No, you saw him at the end of Eternals. He came with Pip.
Who's dying in the new Guardians of the Galaxy?
We have a theory.
There is a theory
Well,
that Drax might die in the new Guardians. That hasn't been confirmed, but all of them said this is going to be their last one because James Gunn doesn't want to do it anymore. Because they only want to do it if James Gunn wants to do it. James Gunn said this is his last one, which is kind of a shame. And people are pissed off back Chris Pratt for being Chris Pratt, I guess. I don't see what the problem is with him.
Yeah,
It's
he's
just
a
certain
great
people don't
actor.
like him. He's a great guy, but evidently, you know, that rubs people the wrong way. His religion does.
Oh
Get
my
a
god!
life. Oh, they don't like him because he's a
Get a
Republican.
hobby!
They don't like him because he's a Christian. They don't like him because the church he attends, which this is false, by the way, will allow transgender people or lesbians or gays in there. That's false. He says that church welcomes everybody in there.
Okay, get a hobby! Okay? Stop hating on people just because
I
of
mean-
certain Stop nitpicking on people, man!
I'll put this out there. I'm a Republican, but I'm not going to hate on Robert Downey Jr. because he's a Democrat. That's just
Who
stupid.
cares?
I
I don't know
really-
Robert Downey Jr. personally. I heard he's a great guy. Don't know, never met him. Would I
Let
like
the
to meet him
actors
sometime?
be themselves. They're humans.
But, geez, guys, really, it's just weird why people hate people for stupid, petty crap like that. It's just unbelievable.
okay,
Oh,
here.
speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy
I'm a
3, my
human, you're a
son,
human.
my son Jake showed me this. I guess on set photos, it's been leaked that for this
The
final
original
movie,
costume.
they're gonna wear finally they're gonna wear their comic book accurate
Yes.
costumes.
Yes!
But my thing is,
Who comes
well,
with
Star
Japanese?
Lord's face mask thing looked like has a hat on top of it, like the
Oh, I
comic
hope
book
so.
version.
Oh, I hope so. I really hope so.
I don't think they
Oh,
replaced the mask.
people were also thinking. We're also talking about Thor's tattoos. Evidently, he has tattoos now.
He has a tattoo on his back
Of
for Loki. It's like his the crown he used to wear. I don't know what other tattoos are on the back of there.
Before,
Oh,
Guys,
and by the way,
just Space Thor's card.
Hey, guys.
You flicked too hard.
Guys.
That's my favorite
by
thing
the
about it.
way, you realize that the same director for Ragnarok is the director for this new
Yeah,
one,
I know.
and the music to it actually is important because we had the
Yeah,
music.
but is it gonna be in this movie like it was for
It might.
For
It's
Thor
the same
Ragnarok?
actor, it's the same.
So it doesn't mean it's gonna be the same. I mean,
I
we had Fox
it's
on the
just
run
a theory.
for Guardians of the Galaxy preview, and we never heard of the movie.
yeah, wasn't that volume 2?
It is
Yep, it's
just,
volume 2. No, they had that
Okay.
as a preview, but we never heard the movie.
People are
Oh,
saying,
there's another song that was done on another MCU that we never heard the movie,
You know what would be
but they already
really
paid the
cool?
rights to it. So
what about
That would
Endgame?
be really cool.
Did we hear any music for Endgame's trailers?
no, I don't think so.
I think we might have heard the original theme.
Yeah, the original. Well,
Like,
duh.
it was like the slow version or whatever.
You know what would be really cool to dive into? Yondo.
Like piano version. Yondu's dead.
I
I
know
would
what she's
like
talking
to
about,
see-
just like a
I would like
backstory
to
on
see
Yondu,
his
like an origin story.
Oh, yeah,
Or
okay.
like,
That could be a TV show. I don't think we need a movie for that. That could
we
be a
don't
non-series
that would
Disney
be
Plus
good.
It
show.
would be a
That'd
That'd be a
good
good TV show, I think.
It would be
I don't
cool
think we
to
need a
see-
movie for it. I don't know if they're gonna
No.
do that though.
I don't think they're gonna do it.
It
was
wasn't
just
really
a
that popular,
suggestion.
but that's a good idea. If, hey, Disney Plus, Marvel guys.
The Iron Groot. Being
If this
mature.
somehow reaches that,
My son is just crazy about this. I know we're supposed to be talking about. We've hardly talked about what I wanted to talk about, which was Agatha. But oh my goodness, I Am Groot TV show. It is rated TVMA, and I'm trying to figure out this because, like my son says, all he says is "I am Groot." Are we gonna get like subtitles of what he's saying, or are they gonna explain? Or are they gonna have like a disclaimer before the? He really is saying "I am Groot," but we're hearing what he says, like a Star Trek, like Universal Translator or something.
ooh, maybe we can,
Suck my tree.
maybe it could be
Suck my
like
sap.
maybe it would be like we're Rocket, because Rocket can understand.
So we've seen Baby Groot, a little bit of
Teenage
Teenage Groot.
Groot.
This is supposed to be like grown-up Groot, but not like we saw him
Wait,
in the first Guardians of the
we're gonna
So
Galaxy.
like a 20-year-old, 19-year-old,
20, 30-year-old
At the
Groot.
end of this year, we're gonna see actual grown-up Groot.
Oh,
I would like to not see.
I'm
Groot go
excited
through
for
midlife
this.
crisis.
guys, they're bringing back Daredevil on Disney Plus, season 4. And it has been confirmed. Charlie Cox is being back for Daredevil. I hope they're able to bring everybody else back for this show. The guy that played Fulton Reed in Mighty Ducks, the guy that had that powerful shot, I actually played Foggy Nelson in Daredevil. I don't know how many people know that. I forget his name, but I hope they bring him back. I hope they bring Karen back. I don't know who the villain's going to be for this one.
Bucky is my favorite.
They could bring, because everybody says Kingpin is more of a Spider-Man character. Maybe we could,
But
we
but-
know,
But he
we
is
know.
part of Spider-Man. But he is part of Spider-Man.
Yeah, they know Elektra. I want to go see him go after Elektra and show that Elektra is alive, because she does join Daredevil.
But in all
She becomes
seriousness,
Daredevil Elektra, and she has a kick-ass Daredevil costume, by the way.
I have a question though.
And they do end up
I
married
like
to
a
have a
real
kid.
question. Would Bucky and Daredevil
I'm
get
turning this
along? I
music
can
off.
I
It's
can sort of
copyrighted.
see them being a sort of.
I don't know. I
iffy.
don't think they ever
'Cause
cross
Bucky
paths in the
is
comic
sort
books.
of like a moody person. I don't blame him.
Well, he has a lot of
Trauma.
shit.
But
He
so
deals
does
with a lot of
Daredevil.
Well, I think he
I
got
could
over
see-
that. And,
Bucky
basically.
went to therapy in the comics. He owns a cat.
maybe it calms him down. He used to calm my uncle down. He used to have bad
Bucky owns
anxiety and things.
Okay, Bucky owns a cat, and the cat rides his motorcycle.
My mom tells me too much. Give away too much family things. Well, he knows what I'm talking about if
I'm
you watch my
excited for
video.
Thor: Love and Thunder. I don't know about you.
Bucky
guys.
is my favorite character just because I
I'm
like
excited
Bucky.
for Thor: Love and Thunder. Oh, I forgot the movie that's coming out the end of the. Oh,
I'm
Wakanda
sort of-
Forever is coming out towards the end of this year. I'm interested to see what they're gonna do.
I'm
that
interested to see what
Chadwick
they're gonna do with
Boseman,
that.
rest his
but,
soul.
Jake, something's going on with that.
What?
You're entering the wrong code on the Xbox.
I know that.
So I'm sort of iffy on Love and Thunder.
It's gonna be great.
I don't know if I want to really see that one.
Oh wait, I really need to say
I
something.
want to see that one. They're gonna show him in his helmet, which is gonna be kind of weird because they only did. But this one's like a full face
Yeah,
one.
I don't know how I feel
I don't
about
know how I
that.
feel about that.
Know how I feel about that movie.
They should
in
make
general.
that the change
It looks funny.
for the Funko Pop.
I'm looking forward to Wakanda Forever.
I'm interested in what they're gonna do with that. That's gonna be interesting.
When are we gonna get the preview for that?
I'm, in all seriousness.
Oh,
I
Captain
really
Marvel,
disagree
or
with-
the Marvels and Ant-Man switch dates. I
Yep.
forget what that is, but Ant-Man Quantumania is gonna be shown
there another
first.
Ant-Man that's
then,
going
the
to be
Marvels.
going on?
I don't know. That one's supposed to have King, and that's supposed to come out sometime.
Ooh, that
Next
one's
year.
gonna be-
I could voice my
I'm just
really
wondering-
unpopular opinion.
And we're supposed to get Loki in 2023 also. I don't know why this year. King is going to have to be part of it. And they said the reason, this has been confirmed by Marvel, the reason why Strange and Spell didn't work in Spider-Man No Way Home is because King got killed. He wasn't there. That's what Sylvie did with King. But I'm interested to see what incursion he caused, though. Like Tia said, is it our Earth? Is it a different Earth? I don't think it's the Dark Dimension, because that's where she took him, though.
But
And she says, "Are you? Unless you're afraid." He's like, "Not anymore." And that's why he pops open his third eye. And that was weird.
I would I could voice a really unpopular opinion.
Go ahead.
What?
Time for
Bucky-
unpopular opinion, guys.
Bucky should have gotten his shield.
He did in the comic books because
Bucky
Wolverine
should
said
have gotten
something,
the shield.
but ultimately it did become Sam Wilson's. I'm sorry if you read it, you know it is.
But he should have
Sam
gotten
Wilson's
it
the new
first.
Captain America. No.
No.
I think because of all the stuff that people wouldn't accept it. They wouldn't. Yeah.
They
They would be accepting
People
that.
would have probably.
They had a
been
hard
pissed.
time with Sam Wilson having the shield. Sorry, guys, I'm looking at my Captain America.
It's an
Funko Pops.
unpopular opinion.
He gave a great speech though at the end of
I'm
that
gonna
show.
give
That
an
no, I
unpopular
can't remember it. What's your unpopular opinion?
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is one of the best MCU movies. It's definitely an unpopular opinion.
I think right now, if I had to do my, if I did a top 5,
Iron Man.
if we're
Endgame's
just talking,
my
if we're just
favorite.
talking about movies, not shows, we're just talking about movies, I would have to go Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness,
Iron Man.
Endgame, Spider-Man No Way Home,
And then that.
Avengers Infinity War,
No.
and Captain America Winter Soldier would be in my top 5.
Endgame.
Infinity War isn't even on my list.
I'm sorry, Spider-Man.
Because everybody
is
died.
Just, in my opinion, I went
That movie ticks me off so much.
Spider-Man No Way Home. The only reason that it's not one of my favorite movies is because I just knew everything going in the movie theater.
Well, that's because Peyton was over there freaking watching it with commercials on his phone, and we kind of had a feeling that, even though Andrew Garfield denied that he was in the movie, I mean, that one scene where they're fighting and you see the lizard getting
spoilers.
punched, you knew
Spoilers.
that there was going to be, But I was thinking maybe it was Doc Ock, because, Tobey Maguire did such a great job of keeping it. Andrew Garfield had such a harder time. 'Cause he wanted to say something
a
to say.
Doc Ock in our universe?
Probably. Oscorp doesn't.
Is there
exist, so-
going to be a
Because
Doc Ock in
Oscorp
our...
doesn't exist in the 616, I do not know, because that came through Oscorp. Even during Morbius, I'm sorry that was such... I know you want to see it. It was such a boring movie to me.
Kingpin is the
But,
only Spider-Man villain?
But the Vulture crossed over to Universe. He wasn't had his normal Vulture wings. He went to Oscorp to get those. Which makes me think that Morbius takes place in Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man
Wait.
universe.
There's this thing gonna happen. If Vulture's, I know is from our dimension. We know it's from our dimension.
Not anymore. You didn't see Morbius. So spoilers.
Oh.
Spoilers, Jake.
Wait, I didn't hear what you.
Okay, then no.
Venom.
He didn't see Vulture.
If there is, excuse me, I'm sorry.
If
Emperor.
there
If there is a Spider-Man
small amount of
4,
venom
and there
that
might be-
is left in that universe.
He will.
Who
There's
is
just
it
gotta be
going
some
to
way.
attach to?
He'll find. It'll be some way he finds his way to Spider-Man.
Yeah, but who is he going to attach to?
I have a hard time watching the Venom movie. The Carnage movie was okay. It's not what I expected.
That is a red one.
I mean, I'm getting tired of them killing their villain, but I can understand that because if to have
Well,
really,
actually,
to really have
in the
Carnage,
comics,
but
Carnage
to really-
did get eaten.
but to really have Carnage,
Don't look at me like that.
but let me talk. To really have Carnage, you have to have, I'm sorry, Spider-Man. Because there was one time when Venom went to Spider-Man to help him defeat Carnage. Because he needed Spider-Man's help. That's why I have a problem too, because that's how Venom came to be, was because of Spider-Man. That's why I have a hard time watching that movie. I still have not seen all of Venom. It's just, I just have a really hard time. I need to get past it. I know it's a different universe. But I have a really hard time because, to me, Venom doesn't exist without Spider-Man. Well, if you want to get technical, it doesn't really exist without Deadpool and Spider-Man. Because in the comic books, because on Battleworld, Venom saw it, or Deadpool saw it, then Deadpool realized this thing was trying to take control and took it off. Then Spider-Man was the next one to walk in the same building that Deadpool was in, and attach himself to Spider-Man.
So, in the comic, I do a lot of the comics. I like comics.
Okay.
Comic universes. My favorite Venom-like symbiote, I'm not talking about just the original Venom, I'm talking about, like, his kids, is actually Sleeper. Because...
I don't know that one. I know Anti-Venom.
That one is... God, Anti-Venom. Yeah. Sleeper is one of his... It's like, I think Sleeper's the youngest one of his kids.
Well, we talked for like 36 minutes. We have. So I gotta look at the timer.
Marvel!
We have 20 more minutes to go.
Marvel and all this stuff, and...
Yeah, you can tell this is a very heavy Marvel channel. There's something I want to talk about. Doctor Strange, and I forgot now.
Agatha is going to be one of those things
Agatha's
where...
gonna be interesting. Agatha, I don't know what it's gonna be about. Maybe
I
it's like...
really think
maybe
that
it's
gonna
reversed.
be like her backstory,
No,
but I also
or
think it's gonna be like
what
her...
if they did reverse WandaVision? Where she has a family and everything, and when Wanda gets killed, it gets taken away from her.
That'd be fucked up.
Yeah, well, it was already if the Agatha did that, but Wanda also basically held the whole town hostage. But what if, or no, this time she's not holding the whole town hostage. But what if she ends up marrying Ralph Boner? Because she keeps saying my husband or Ralph. Evidently, he did exist. But what if it's like reverse and she ends up marrying Ralph? They have a kid, but it's not real. Then once Wanda dies, it's just like reverse WandaVision on Agatha.
Oh, that's actually really good.
That would be a karma moment, all up and everywhere. She would wake up and be like...
But what if Wanda isn't dead? Let's say Wanda comes back. She could come in that series at the end. And saying, I need your help after all the stuff that's happened with the Darkhold.
Because Agatha...
I'm surprised Mordo didn't go... I guess there's a different opening in Doctor Strange with Mordo.
But do you think Agatha would actually help her?
She said, you're going to need my help. And she goes, if I need your help, I know where to find you. And the Darkhold isn't there anymore. Because I think the Darkhold had a hold of Agatha. Really.
I think that Agatha is...
But it's true because Supreme Strange...
I don't think that she's
Supreme
evil.
Strange reminded me a lot of Agatha in Doctor Strange. So I talked about when he was trying to take America's powers.
I don't think Agatha is evil. I think that she was misled. I don't think that she was evil.
I think the Darkhold had a hold of her.
I think that villains don't start out as villains. There's always something
Like
that happens
but
to
you
make
gotta remember, the
them
Darkhold
villains.
also held a hold of Agatha because she had the Darkhold then. She doesn't now.
All villains don't start out as villains. Think of Doc Ock. Think of...
Green Goblin.
Well, we can argue that Norman Osborn was kind of a villain before he was a villain.
Okay, think of, what is... Electro. Or Sandman.
Okay.
Electro.
Sandman
I think
was
Sandman
not
is still a
Sandman
villain in the
is
comic
not-
books. Not anymore?
Sandman is not a villain. Sandman was only doing what he did because of his daughter and because the fact
Okay, that was the movies, but
that
I
she
thought in
was
the comic
dying.
books too.
Even in the comic books, he actually, in one of the comic books, he was dying. And literally what was going on is he was disappearing. The sand was literally, couldn't control his form. And Spider-Man literally just talked to him as he faded away.
Here's what I think would be a good Spider-Man Daredevil crossover. If the villain was Chameleon.
Ooh.
If we had the Chameleon in the next Spider-Man movie, I mean, Charlie Cox was already in Daredevil. But here's the thing, though. There was a lot of references to the Avengers and the Netflix shows for those.
The new Spider-Man multiverse is gonna be awesome!
But since we're getting Daredevil, do you think it's gonna be more heavily tied into the MCU more than it was on Netflix?
Yes.
Now that it's on Disney Plus?
Yes.
I hope it is, because in the Netflix show they did reference the MCU movies some, especially in Jessica Jones. She's like, why not just get the big green guy? We know she's talking about the Hulk.
Miles?
But we knew the Netflix couldn't use the Hulk. We knew they couldn't use any of the characters that were in the MCU until Disney Plus launched their streaming service.
But like, no joke, in all seriousness, Miles Morales does exist in this Spider-Man universe.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, I know.
Remember the one guy said
Now,
Yeah, I haven't enough yet. I want him
Peter
growing up
is
his
the
weapons
right
on the street.
age.
Maybe because he is a little
I
bit
think
older.
that
He
get,
could be
like,
going to college.
A little bit.
I mean, we
more
could
older.
have that.
I
and
think
then
that he could.
I don't know, because it's
think it
open to do
happens when
something
he's
like that, but
out
I
of
think it
college.
happens. But if they're going to have Venom in the next one,
Oh,
you cannot have Miles Morales in that one. It'll have to be the one after it where you change Miles Morales, but this is not going to be the Earth where Peter Parker dies.
no, I never said that. There have been instances where Miles Morales and Peter Parker are in the same universe and he
No, no.
doesn't die.
There's actually, he brought him over from the different universe after the Battle World, so he's actually in the 616 universe when he was in a different universe before then. And they coexist.
And that can cause a
If we do get Miles Morales,
Evidently
we're
no,
getting
because he
live-action
brought him over. It's not in according to, I could be wrong. In that movie, like I said, I've seen it a few times. It sounds like dream walking. It causes an incursion, or because Doctor Strange did dream walk into his dead body, which was Superior Strange.
Okay,
Or Supreme
no,
Strange, I mean.
we don't take over the corpses of dead people. That's just no.
Oh man, that was awesome,
That
Sam
made me
Raimi.
wanna barf.
Oh, it was so cool.
Ugh. I mean, it was cool.
I like
but it
what
was
Wong
also
said.
Gross.
I like what Juan said. I'm not even gonna ask.
He's all decomposing his shiz.
He was already decomposed, but like I said, I still like what Wong said. He just looks at me and goes, I'm not even gonna ask. Good job, Wong. Probably a good idea not to ask.
I like at the end how he bowed to Wong. I like that. I think.
But with all the movies and
he's
stuff going on,
growing.
especially with the Marvel, Miss Marvel coming out in June,
He fixed the watch. He bowed to
are
Wong.
we gonna
He's
see
growing as a person?
the Young Avengers? Like I
Okay,
said, we're adding up to that, or Dark Avengers, because we already
Yeah,
have
you
U.S.
say this.
Agent, we already have another Black Widow, we have Miss Marvel coming, we have She-Hulk coming, we have Kate Bishop taking basically the place of Hawkeye. I mean, with all these characters that we have that have similar powers to the other characters, I'm wondering how they're gonna do Miss Marvel, because she got her powers from the Terrigen Mist.
Are we gonna see how She-Hulk got her
And
powers?
if the Inhumans are not part of Earth 616, it's just, I'm really wondering how she's gonna get her powers.
Okay.
Then, in all seriousness, are we gonna see how She-Hulk got her powers, or is she just
Yeah, that's
come
gonna be
out?
part of it. No, she starts off as Jennifer Walters' lawyer, remember? Hulk, that's why Hulk was put in there. He was hoping for a transformation. And she goes, God, this doesn't transform me. I like what she said about Avengers.
Yeah, but doesn't
About
she
being
get her
orphans
powers?
and all this stuff. I'm like, well, is she talking about Tony Stark? Is she talking about Captain America?
But
There's one other one in there.
doesn't She-Hulk get her powers when Hulk has to transfer blood to her?
Yes, and I don't know how they're gonna do that,
I think
and
they might
yeah,
do
that
that.
because it looks like they're gonna do that, but he has to be human though for them to do that, and we did see him human at the end of Shang-Chi, so we know he can't go
Shang-Chi.
back to Shang-Chi, whatever. We know he can go back to his human form,
So
but
he
it looks
can
like
choose
it's
when
gonna
do
be like
that.
she doesn't need she looks like she's gonna need a blood transfusion again. But I think this time it's I forget how it happened in the comic books because this one looks like because I have my mind so set on that even though it's not till like October I think. But it looks like a car crash is what's gonna cause that her needing blood. So that'll be interesting.
What
to see.
is
Wait, okay.
what is Hulk? I know
say
they're
something?
related, but like
She's her cousin.
Can I say something now?
I want to know. This would be neat to see. It'd be neat to see Matt Murdock and Jennifer
ahead, Jake.
Walters and She-Hulk, seeing how they're both attorneys. Go ahead.
So, I'm not excited for Miss Marvel. I'm just gonna say that straight up. The movie does. The show.
It's not a movie, it's a show.
The show is just her. How do you mess up her powers that bad?
Because according to Kevin Feige, the Eternals don't exist. Not Eternals. I just thought about it. The Inhumans don't exist. They're still doing it. That's why I'm interested to see how she's going to get her powers. If it's not from the Terrigen Mist, then what's it from? Inhumans, the TV show. Kevin Feige, it sounded like he was never really on board with that one. That's why I heard there's a rumor he was excited to do the Inhumans. That's why I went to a TV show instead of a movie. I think it might have done better, honestly, as a movie. And you got to get someone that really wants to do it, and they couldn't really get anybody that was really excited to do it, especially when the head of Marvel wasn't excited to do it. So, man, Eternals kind of got not Eternals, Inhumans kind of got robbed. We kind of got robbed from might have been a good Inhumans movie if we could have just got the right director and everything. Maybe we might get an Inhumans movie at some point. But I think that's out of the question. Evidently, 838 has Inhumans, so. Because remember, Black Bull is the keeper of the Terrigen Mist.
Those are some pretty OP shows.
I'm done if you're done.
Done? Well, guys, let us know what you think about all of our comments. We didn't get anything I want to talk to, especially Agatha. Let me know what you guys think about Agatha.
There's really nothing to say on Agatha.
How do you know? You don't think that they're not excited for Agatha. I am. Because I don't know where they're going to start this at. I don't know what they're going to do with it. Catherine Hahn, oh my god, she stole that show, guys. She really did.
I'm going to start my own YouTube channel.
I can't wait. And I need to tell my kids this. If you guys want to talk about something different, it doesn't have to be Marvel, on my channel, this is what I created it for. I necessarily don't need to be here with you. I can shoot you from behind the camera and have it facing the right way. That way you guys aren't seeing our clothes on backwards and hats. Because I don't know what happened to my little clicker thing. And I need to get a new light. Because, holy cow, we are dark. Speaking of dark, we are dark.
It looks like I have half a face.
So I hope you enjoyed this. If this is your first time here on YouTube, you like what you saw, subscribe. Click that like button. Since my daughter is 17.
Turn them on.
Notifications, turn them on. Select
all. Or you
like
can
I said, subscribe. Or, yeah.
Go subscribe to
Since my daughter is 17, I could put this where you can actually leave the comments in YouTube. But once again, you can also leave on Facebook when
on things.
And you can also, guys, when I download this on Facebook too, you can also leave in the comment section of that. I don't know what we're going to talk about next, Marvel. It might be the Marvels. It might be something totally different. No, it'd be cool. Since you want to talk about Ghost Adventures, I don't have enough time
Ghost
to talk about
Adventures, Ghost
It'd
things,
be cool
a lot of things.
if they were part of the MCU.
Ghost Adventures?
Yes.
Oh my god!
Hey, Good Morning America's part of the MCU now.
But, like, in all seriousness, I can see Zach being approached by Marvel and he's just freaking out.
That'd be cool. Like, trying to get in touch with
would.
the ghost of Iron Man or Steve Rogers.
Oh, that would be sad!
But is Steve Rogers dead? Is he dead?
I think he's dead.
You think that's why they could still make that museum without him?
Hey!
They could still make that museum while he was still alive. After all, he might be on the Skrull spaceship with Nick Fury.
You do prove a point.
You didn't think about that, did you? Alright, guys,
Bye!
till next video, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Notification bell, select all. If you select all, that way YouTube doesn't let you know, or YouTube will let you know when I drop a new video.
They really will.
And I don't know how long, because this is a super long video. It might take a couple days for it to drop, because I'm waiting for another YouTube video that I do things on to drop. So until next time, guys.
I'm making my own channel.
See you later.